Hello everyone, I'm Seth with Exotic Motorsports, and this is our 2012 Ford F-350 Superduty Crew Cab. Just a little over 145,200 miles on it. The paint is not perfect, but I can assure you this is a good truck. It's got a couple chips there on the front of the hood. The paint is kind of starting to peel back right here on the top of the front grille where it meets the hood. It's like that, kind of all the way down. A little bit's chipped off there at the end. Paint split. Cracked open there and there. Front grille is in good shape. A couple chips and blemishes here and there. Nothing too catastrophic there. A little bit of paint missing on the inside of there. Nice aftermarket front LED bar there. Both fog lights are a little bit faded. Have a little bit of corrosion on them. Headlights though are crystal clear. Those look brand new. Front driver's side fender here. Looks good. No rock chips or anything. Except for just a few down here. Ignore Mr. Fly there. Get out of here. Some rock chipping down here on the bottom of the door. Driver's side mirror cap. Looks good. Just the tiniest of tiny rock chips in there. Very few. Looks really good. Has the keypad entry there. Here where the two doors meet, there are a couple blemishes. You have that ding there. There's a little bit of paint missing on the inside there. And then there's scratches that overlap the two doors, kind of up and down where they meet. Scratches on the door handles. And there's blemishes around the door handle. Nothing crazy. Something that you could expect to see on a 145,000 mile truck. And the rock chips, there's a good ding right there. The rock chips kind of just span the bottom of the truck. There's not really a definitive chip to point out, or a start or stop point, or a group area. They're just kind of on the bottom of the truck. And here, they're kind of peppered across the over fender. And that whole area. Let's take a look at the rear driver's side door. Face of this door is pretty clean, aside from the bottom that's chipped. Door handle area here, kind of the same story as the front door. A couple imperfections around it. A few scratches on the door handle. Nothing super serious. Going along the driver's side of the truck bed here. Again, like I said, there's some chip in there. Kind of scratched here on the inside. Tiny scuff there. A few scratches down here. Again, more chips here on the back side. Some pretty prominent scratches, you can see. Some more chipping on the back end. Some scratches here that kind of span from the over fender to the back bumper. Kind of just along that little segment of pinstriping there. Let's take a look at these two wheels here on the driver's side before we get any further. So the wheels, the front driver's side wheel is in decent shape. Unfortunately, all these little dots are chips. So that paint has kind of been eaten up a little bit. It's on the spokes there as well. Center cap is a little faded. Tires are in great shape. Still got a good amount of life left in them. No cuts, bulges, nothing weird going on. Some nice Toyo tires, some open countries. Let's take a look at the back wheel here. The back wheel is not as bad as the front was. Not quite as many chips and things. Center cap is still a little faded, just like the front. Condition of the tires are still really good. Let's move along to the back tailgate and bumper. So this guy right here, missing some paint there, and this is loose. Going across the back of the tailgate, it's in pretty good shape. Got a chip there. Chip there. Small dent there, if you can see it. It's like dead right on top of the Ford logo there. So the dent is right there. It's a little guy, kind of hard to point out. Got a chip there. Chip there. Another dent just there. If you can see it, kind of got to hit it with the reflection just right. Well, hopefully you can pick that up. It's just a little bit right to that curve area. It's right here. Not very big, just very small dents. Little chip there. Kind of peppered along down here under the Ford logo. And here on the right side seems to be kind of peppered up with chips there. A scratch there. Of course, the truck's 8 years old, so the plastic is going to be a little faded. The black is not quite as rich and deep as it was. Got a trailer receiver here. The actual back bumper looks pretty good. Blemish there. Nothing serious though. Few scratches and marks here. There's a dent right where the tailgate meets that next section right there. I guess we can call that the side of the bed. Coming back over here, again, more rock chips by the over fenders. All along under there, and then it kind of creeps up a little bit, stops. Some chipping here on the inside. As to be expected when you run taller and wider tires. Less susceptible to keeping the rocks on the inside of the wheel well. So you got a chip there. Chip there. Some light scratches there on the face of the over fender, and then again as we drop back down, that's where the chips start to pick back up, and this section actually looks a little scuffed as well. You can tell it's been gouged just a little bit. It's not cracked, it's not broken, but it's been contacted by something. And that's it for the side of the bed. Moving on to the cab, the rear passenger side here. Going around the door handle. It's got a few blemishes. It's not perfect, but it doesn't look bad either. Very light scratching on the face of the door handle there. Very light. I did miss this, actually, I apologize. It looks to be like a couple dents and a scuff there, just in between where the bed meets the cab. It's right there. And the bottom of this, again, you see some chips and some blemishes in the paint. And again, just consistent chips across the bottom area here. It just kind of runs the length of the truck. Looking at the front passenger side door here. Take a look at the door handle. Seems to be a few light scratches on the face of the door handle itself. Otherwise, that's in pretty good shape. There's a scratch there, a couple chips that run where the two doors meet. Two blemishes there right next to each other. One there. And then again with the over fenders, gonna find some chipping there in the bottom. And a little bit more towards the inside. Front passenger side fender looks pretty good. Small scratch there. And a couple of chips there. And there's a few chips here. Let's go ahead and take a look at these two wheels real quick. So rear passenger side wheel has some scratching there along the barrel, along that lip. There's no rash on the wheel, which is good. Spokes are in good shape. Center cap is just a little bit faded. Tires are good, no cuts, cracks, bulges, nothing crazy. Let's take a look at the front passenger wheel. So here on the inside, it's a little bit faded over there. Doesn't seem to be any scratching or any chips. This wheel looks really good. The center cap does not look faded like the others either. Let's go ahead and have a look at the interior. Has power side steps and lights along here as well. At night so you can see where you're walking. Husky all-weather floor mats. Go ahead and start it up. So some of the buttons have a little bit of fading there, but this truck has been driven and it is 8 years old. So I would say for the mileage and the years, it's in pretty good shape. Some of the carbon fiber trim is a little faded. It's not perfect, but it still looks decent. So twilight sensing headlights, power folding mirrors. Does have memory seats. The seats are heated and cooled as well for front driver and passenger. Does have an auto climate control. Electric on the fly 4-wheel drive. Navigation. The carbon trim runs through the face of the dash, so it starts over here, around the vents, around the gauge cluster, some of the trims on the steering wheel. It goes over to the center console area here, runs that length, and then resumes by the vents on the other side, and is on the door card as well. The upholstery in this truck is in excellent condition. No rips or tears, nothing like that. Considering its age and how much has been driven, it really looks like it hasn't been driven. The interior is in great shape. Power moonroof too, so that's nice. And right here, this button, power sliding back window, very nice to have. Doesn't have 2, doesn't have 4, but 6 cup holders in the center console. Huge center console storage area with a 12 volt plug in there, 12 volt plug in there. There's an auxiliary port there with the Microsoft Sync infotainment system. Rear view mirror is an LED screen showing a camera outside the back of the cab. There's the date and time, everything over here. That's pretty cool. This truck is in great condition. The dash is not even sun faded or cracked, anything like that. The interior is immaculate. I'll go outside and pop the hood for you. The latch is right there. Very easy to get in and out of this truck. Those power steps, those things are seriously a lifesaver. Let's go have a look at the engine here. Aftermarket intake. Truck sounds very healthy. Oh, and it does have that interior work light as well. LED. When you shut it, it turns off. And right in here, it also is tuned. It has a programmer. So this is our 2012 Ford F-350. If you'd like to know more about this truck, feel free to visit our sales listing at www.exoticmotorsportsok.com. Thank you for watching.